Hello and welcome back to the psychology of sleep. Tonight, I want to take you somewhere your feet can never travel. I want to take you to the very edge of what is known, and then I want us to step over that edge together. Before we begin, I want you to find your most comfortable position. Feel the pillow beneath your head. Take a deep breath in and out. As you listen to my voice, the room around you is beginning to dissolve, replaced by the vast, velvet silence of the stars. But here is the first mystery. Did you know that most of the universe is actively trying to hide from you? As you drift closer to sleep, have you ever wondered why we are only allowed to see such a tiny fraction of what exists? I often think about the regions of space that are forever cut off from us. It is a strange, quiet thought to have as the night wraps around you. Because light has a limit, and because space itself is stretching, there are galaxies moving away from us so fast that their light will never reach our eyes, no matter how long we wait or how perfect our telescopes become. Those stories will remain untold. Imagine, for a moment, an entire civilization, 1 billion suns, 1 trillion planets, all existing right now, but effectively deleted from our reality. They are elsewhere in the truest sense of the word. Does it make you feel small, or does it feel like a blanket, knowing the universe is so much larger than our worries? But even the space right in front of us isn't what it seems. Scientists used to think space was an empty stage, a void where things happen. But what if the stage itself is alive? What if the nothingness between the stars is actually a humming, vibrating fabric that we just haven't learned to feel yet? As you sink deeper into your bed, think about the dimensions we cannot see. We move through 3 directions of space and 1 of time, but some theories suggest there are others curled up so small that they exist at every single point in your room. You are lying on a bed of hidden dimensions. They are woven into the fabric of your skin, the air you breathe, and the stars above. They might connect distant parts of the cosmos in ways we are only starting to map in our dreams. If these paths exist, could a part of us already be traveling through them as we sleep? The universe wasn't always the blue-black color you see when you look out your window. There was a time, long before the first star ever sparked, when the entire cosmos glowed a soft, warm orange. Like the embers of a dying fire, the universe was filled with a radiant fog. Light couldn't travel far. It just bounced around, trapped in a golden haze. Then, as the universe cooled just as your mind is cooling now, the fog lifted. The first light was set free. That light is still traveling. It is passing through your room right now, stretched by billions of years into a faint, invisible whisper. You are drifting now, further away from the noise of the earth. But as you lie there, feeling the weight of your body against the mattress, I want to tell you a secret. Most of the weight you feel isn't from the things you can see. In the vastness of the universe, the stars, the planets, and even your own body are just a tiny dusting of snow on a much larger, darker mountain. There is a ghost-like scaffolding holding everything together, an invisible web that connects me to you and us to the furthest quasar. Have you ever wondered if the darkness of your room is truly empty, or if it's filled with something we simply aren't evolved to touch? Imagine a giant spiderweb, silver and thin, stretching across billions of light years. This is the cosmic web. It is the largest structure in existence, yet it is made of dark matter, a substance that light passes through like a ghost through a wall. The galaxies we see, the Milky Way, Andromeda, the Great Attractor, they are just tiny dewdrops, clinging to these invisible threads. As you breathe in, imagine these threads of dark matter gently pulling on the fabric of space. It is a slow, ancient dance. This web doesn't just hold galaxies, it guides them. It is the roadmap of the universe's soul. But if we cannot see the map, how do we know where we are going? Listen to the silence of your room. In deep space, there is a different kind of silence. But if you had gravitational ears, you would hear a constant, low-frequency hum. It is the sound of black holes colliding millions of years ago, sending ripples through the very floor you are lying on right now. You are vibrating with the history of the cosmos. Can you feel the faint pulse of a star that died before the Earth was born? Not every star has a home. As you settle into the safety of your bed, think of the rogue stars. These are suns that were kicked out of their galaxies during violent cosmic collisions. They drift in the void, the great nothingness between the islands of light. They have no neighbors, no planets to warm, just a single, glowing eye in an infinite dark. To us, they look lonely. But in the psychology of the cosmos, perhaps they are the only ones truly free. They aren't bound by the gravity of a galaxy. They are travelers of the deep. What would the night sky look like from a planet orbiting a rogue star, where there is only one sun and then nothing but the abyss for eternity? There is a tension in the universe. A force we call dark energy is pushing everything apart. It is a quiet, persistent pressure. If you wait long enough, trillions upon trillions of years, this force might become so strong that it tears atoms apart. It would tear the stars from their orbits, and eventually, it would tear the very fabric of space until not even a single thought could exist. It is called the Big Rip. It sounds frightening, doesn't it? But there is a peace in it too, a final, perfect stillness. If the universe has an end, does that mean our time here, right now, is more precious than we can possibly imagine? Our own sun will one day become a white dwarf or small, dense ember about the size of the Earth. It will no longer burn with the fire of youth. Instead, it will simply glow with the heat it has saved up over billions of years. It is a retirement for a star. It will sit there in the dark, cooling for 1 trillion years. Eventually, it will become a black dwarf, a cold, solid diamond the size of a planet floating in the dark, a silent monument to the light it once gave. As you cool your own mind for sleep, imagine that internal glow. You are saving your energy. You are preparing for your own period of long, beautiful stillness. The universe is vast, but it is also shy. In quantum physics, things behave differently when we aren't looking at them. It's as if the cosmos waits for an audience to decide what it wants to be. As you close your eyes, the world behind your eyelids changes. If no one is there to watch a star fall in a distant, empty corner of space, did it ever really fall? Or is the universe just a dream that we are all having at the same time? As your breathing slows, I want you to consider a strange truth about the room you are lying in. You believe you are here in the present moment, but in the psychology of the universe, the present is a ghost. It doesn't actually exist. The light from your lamp takes a fraction of a billionth of a second to reach your eyes. You are seeing the lamp as it was, not as it is. If you look at the moon, you see it as it was over a second ago. The sun, 8 minutes ago. The stars, hundreds of years ago. We are all living in a collage of different pasts, stitched together to look like now. As you drift deeper, can you feel the seconds stretching? Can you feel the now dissolving into a much larger, more permanent always? Think of time not as a ticking clock, but as a giant block of ice. Inside this block, every event that has ever happened and every event that will ever happen is already frozen in place. Your birth is there, your first memory is there, and this very moment, as you listen to my voice and feel the heaviness in your limbs, is also there, eternally preserved. To the universe, time doesn't pass. We are simply observers, sliding through the ice. It means that somewhere, in a coordinate of space-time we cannot reach tonight, it is still your favorite summer afternoon from 10 years ago. It is still the moment the first star sparked into life. Nothing is ever truly lost. It is all just elsewhere. Does the thought of a frozen always make the pillow feel softer beneath you? Time is a liquid. It flows faster in some places and slower in others. If you were to sleep near the edge of a black hole where gravity is so strong it bends the very air, time would crawl. You might sleep for what feels like a single, restful night. But when you woke and looked out into the distance, 1,000 years would have passed on Earth. Civilizations would have risen and fallen while you dreamt. Gravity is the weight of time. Feel that gravity now. Feel it pulling on your hands, your feet, your eyelids. You are entering your own personal zone of time dilation. The world outside is moving fast, loud, and chaotic, but here, in the gravity of your rest, the clock has slowed to a heartbeat. A single second can last an eternity if you let it. Why do we only remember the past and not the future? This is the great arrow of entropy. The universe started in a state of perfect order, and ever since, it has been unfolding, spreading out, becoming more complex and chaotic. It is like a drop of ink in a glass of water. Once it spreads, it never pulls itself back together. This is why we age. This is why stars burn out. But tonight, we are moving against the stream. As you relax, you are letting go of the order of your day. You are allowing your thoughts to diffuse, like that ink, into the vast water of the subconscious. You are participating in the natural expansion of the soul. There is no need to hold on to the structure of your worries. Let them spread. Let them thin out until they are as transparent as the vacuum between galaxies. If you were a photon, a single particle of light, time would not exist for you at all. From a photon's perspective, the moment it leaves a star and the moment it hits your eye are the exact same instant, even if they are separated by billions of light years. To light, the universe has no age. It is a single flash of existence. Imagine for a moment that you are that light. You are traveling across the void, crossing the cosmic web we spoke of earlier, moving through the orange mists of the early universe. You do not feel the passage of years. You do not feel the weariness of time. You are simply there, in every place, at every time, all at once. Even as we slide through time, we are being pulled through space. Right now, our entire galaxy, along with thousands of others, is screaming toward a point in the dark called the Great Attractor. We cannot see what it is. It is hidden behind the dust of our own Milky Way. It is a massive, invisible hand pulling us through the dark at millions of miles per hour. But you don't feel it. You feel still. You feel safe. It is a reminder that even when we feel we are at rest, we are part of a grand, purposeful motion. We are being invited somewhere. The entire universe is leaning toward a destination we haven't yet named. Perhaps sleep is just our way of catching up to where the universe is trying to take us. Inside every atom of your body, there is a tiny pulse, a quantum vibration. Some scientists believe that time itself is made of tiny grains, atoms of time. If that is true, then there are gaps between the moments, tiny, microscopic silences where time doesn't exist. As you drift closer to the edge of consciousness, try to find those gaps, the spaces between the ticks of the clock. That is where the true peace lives. In the no time, in the silence between the atoms, You are moving into that space now. The gaps are getting wider. The silence is getting deeper. The universe is holding its breath, waiting for you to find the center of the quiet we think of. The future as a blank page, but if the block universe is real, the future is already written in the stars. The light of the suns that haven't been born yet is already waiting to be seen. The planets that will one day host life are already spinning in the mathematical equations of gravity. We are part of a story that has already been told, and we are simply turning the pages as we sleep. The suspense is not in what happens, but in how it feels to witness it. Feel the weight of the ink on the page. Feel the texture of the cosmic story. Every breath you take is a line of poetry written by a star that died 5 billion years ago in the deep reaches of the boat's void. There is a place where there are almost no galaxies. It is a hole in the universe, 330 million light across. If you were in the center of that void, you would see nothing but blackness in every direction for a lifetime. It is the purest silence in existence. Imagine your mind is like that void, now not empty, but vast. A place where there is nothing to distract you, nothing to pull at your attention. Just the infinite, dark, peaceful stretch of potential. In this void, you can finally hear the whisper of your own existence. A sound like the faint hiss of the cosmic microwave background, the leftover heat from the beginning of everything is. You sink deeper into the velvet embrace of your bed. I want you to imagine a world that is not a world. We have traveled through time and through the cosmic web, but now we must look at the giants that guard our own neighborhood. There are planets in our own backyard that defy every law of logic we hold dear. They are massive, silent, and swirling, with secrets that have been hidden since the dawn of the sun. But as you listen to the rhythmic pull of your own breath, ask yourself, if a planet is made entirely of gas and shadow, where does the surface end and where does the soul of the universe begin? Far, far away from the warmth of your room, there is a world called Neptune. It is a deep, sapphire blue, the color of the ocean at midnight. On Neptune, the winds howl at 1,200 miles per hour. Yet, because the atmosphere is so thick and cold, those winds feel like a slow, heavy pressure. Imagine floating in that blue. It is a world of perpetual twilight. There is no solid ground to stand on. There is only a gradual thickening of the mist until the gas becomes a liquid, and the liquid becomes something stranger. Deep in the heart of this giant, the pressure is so intense that it squeezes carbon atoms until they crystallize. It is raining diamonds there. Thousands of miles beneath the clouds, a silent, glittering rain of diamonds falls through a black ocean of liquid carbon. Every time you turn in your sleep, imagine a diamond the size of a mountain drifting slowly through the dark, millions of miles away. The universe is rich with treasures that no human eye will ever see. It is a hoard of beauty kept in the dark just for the sake of existing. We think of clouds as light, fluffy things, but on the gas giants, a single cloud can weigh more than a city. They are heavy, rolling waves of ammonia and ice. Feel that heaviness now in your own limbs. Your arms are like those clouds, heavy, settled, and vast. You are not just a person in a bed. You are a collection of atoms that were once forged in the center of a star, just like the ones that light up Neptune's sky. You are coming home to that weight. Why do we feel so much lighter when we finally let go of the day? In the spaces between the stars, there are failed suns called brown dwarfs. They were born from the same dust and gas as our sun, but they weren't quite heavy enough to ignite. They don't shine with golden light. They glow with a faint, dull, infrared heat, like the dying coals of a fireplace. They are the sleepy stars of the cosmos. They wander the galaxy in a state of permanent hibernation. If you were to stand on a planet orbiting a brown dwarf, the sky would be a deep, bruised purple. The sun would be a dark, magenta ball that barely warms your skin. It is a world of permanent evening. Many of these stars have clouds made of hot sand or liquid iron. Imagine a storm of molten iron falling silently in the purple dusk. The universe doesn't always need a bright light to be magnificent. Sometimes, the most beautiful things are the ones that barely glow at all. You are like a brown dwarf tonight, keeping your light inside, glowing softly with the warmth of your own rest. Think of the distance between us and these giants. It takes years for a spacecraft to reach them, moving at speeds we can't even comprehend. And yet, from the perspective of the furthest reaches of the universe, our entire solar system is just a grain of dust caught in a sunbeam. Everything you have ever worried about, every deadline, every to-do list, is happening on a tiny, fragile speck of blue dust. When you look at the universe this way, your problems don't just feel smaller, they feel irrelevant. They are like ripples on a pond that has already turned to ice. There is a great psychological relief in being small. You don't have to carry the world. The world is carrying itself, spinning through a vacuum that is held together by laws that were written before the first heartbeat. Let the universe take the lead. You are just a passenger on a very long, very quiet voyage. At the North Pole of Saturn, there is a storm that shouldn't exist. It is a perfect hexagon, six-sided shape, so large that four Earths could fit inside it. It has been spinning there for centuries. Nature doesn't usually make straight lines, yet there it is, a geometric mystery carved into the clouds. Why scientists have theories about fluid dynamics and rotation, but at night, as the mind wanders, it feels like a signature, a sign that, even in the chaos of a gas giant, there is a hidden order, there is a geometry to the madness, just as there is a geometry to your sleep. Your brain waves are shifting now, moving from the jagged lines of the day to the long, slow, rhythmic waves of deep sleep. You are forming your own internal hexagon, place of perfect, structured peace amidst the swirling clouds of your thoughts. Every planet has a voice. NASA has recorded the radio emissions of Jupiter, and it sounds like a haunted shipwreck. It is a series of whistles, moans, and deep, vibrating thrums caused by the planet's massive magnetic field interacting with the solar wind. It is the music of the spheres. If you could hear it, it would sound like a choir of ghosts singing in a cathedral made of lightning. This is the sound of protection. Jupiter's magnetic field is so strong that it acts as a shield, deflecting the sun's radiation. You have a shield, too. This room, this bed, this silence, this is your magnetosphere. Nothing can get through. The solar winds of the world are being deflected. You are safe in the center of your own gravity. Can you hear the low hum of your own protection? There are moons that have been stolen. Some of the moons circling the outer planets didn't start there. They were wandering through space, lonely and cold, until they were caught by a planet's gravity. They are captured moons. They are guests in a new home. Perhaps that is what sleep is, a way for our wandering minds to be captured by the gravity of peace. We spend all day drifting through the cold vacuum of tasks and expectations, but now we have been pulled into the orbit of rest. We are no longer wandering. We are exactly where we are supposed to be. The gravity of the night is firm but gentle. It is a hold that doesn't restrict, but rather it supports. Like a moon held by a planet, you are part of a system now. You are not alone in the dark. Every ring around Saturn is made of billions of tiny pieces of ice and dust. Some are as small as a grain of sugar. Others are as large as a house. Together, they create a halo of light that can be seen from millions of miles away. It is the power of the small. Your life is made of these grains, too. Tiny moments of joy, small breaths, quiet thoughts. When you stand too close, it just looks like dust. But when you step back, as far back as we are tonight, those grains form a ring of incredible beauty. You are a ring of light. You are a masterpiece of small things. As the rings of Saturn spin silently in the vacuum, let your thoughts spin into the background. You don't need to look at each grain of dust. Just see the glow. Just see the circle. Just see the light. There are places in the universe where it is so cold that motion itself almost stops. In the Boomerang Nebula, the temperature is only 1 degree above absolute zero. It is colder than the space that surrounds it. In this place, the psychology of matter changes. Atoms slow down until they almost overlap. They become one single superatom. This is what happens to you in deep sleep. You are no longer a collection of different worries or different roles: parent, worker, friend. You are becoming a single, unified state of being. You are reaching your own absolute zero, the point where the friction of life stops and the purity of existence begins. There is no heat, no fire, no noise, only the cool, still, perfect center of who you are. The universe is waiting for you there. It has been waiting for billions of years for you to finally be still enough to hear it. Take a moment to feel the air against your skin. It is cool, still, and quiet, but the light that fills our universe is never truly still. Tonight, as you lie in the safety of your room, I want you to consider that you are a time traveler. Every time you look at the night sky, you are not seeing the universe as it is right now. You are looking at a photo album of ghosts. The light from a star, 1,000 light years away, has been traveling through the freezing vacuum of space for 10 centuries just to reach your eyes. By the time that light touches you, the star itself might already be gone. It is a hauntingly beautiful thought, isn't it? To be bathed in the glow of things that no longer exist. As you drift, feel yourself becoming a part of that timeline, bridge between what was and what will be. Deep in the heart of the Eagle Nebula, there are towering clouds of gas and dust known as the Pillars of Creation. They look like majestic, ghostly fingers reaching out into the dark. Inside these pillars, gravity is gently squeezing cold hydrogen gas until it gets hot enough to spark. This is where stars are born. But here is the mystery for your sleepy mind to hold. Because those pillars are 6,500 light years away, we are seeing them as they looked in the ancient past. Some astronomers believe a supernova might have already blown those pillars away 1,000 years ago. We see them standing tall and proud, but in the now of the universe, they may already be a scattered mist. We are watching a dream of a nursery that might already be empty. Does it make the world feel more precious, knowing that beauty can persist in our eyes long after the source has faded? Light travels at 186,000 miles every single second. It is the speed limit of reality. But your thoughts, your dreams, they move differently. As you settle into your pillow, imagine you are a beam of light. You have no weight. You have no burden. You are simply a vibration moving through the dark. Why do we feel the need to rush through our lives when the most beautiful light in the universe takes thousands of years just to say hello? Long before the Earth, long before the Milky Way had its shape, there were the first stars. Astronomers call them population 3 stars. They were monsters of light, hundreds of times larger than our sun, made of pure primordial gas. They lived fast and they died young, exploding in brilliance that lit up the dark ages of the cosmos. We have never seen one directly. They are the great-grandparents of our universe. Their deaths scattered the oxygen we breathe and the iron in our blood across the void. You are quite literally made of the remains of stars that haven't existed for 13 billion years. As you breathe in, you are breathing the history of the first dawn. Your body is a collection of ancient miracles that have finally found a place to rest for the night. If you could see in microwaves, the entire sky would be glowing. This is the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of the Big Bang. It is a faint, static hum that fills every inch of space. It is the oldest light in existence. It has been stretching and cooling for billions of years, becoming a low-frequency whisper. When you hear static on a radio, a small percentage of that noise is actually the sound of the beginning of the universe. It is the ultimate lullaby, a vibration that has been ringing since the start of time, finally reaching your ears as you fall asleep. The universe began with a flash, but it is ending with a soft, warm hum. Let that hum settle into your bones. You are being serenaded by the birth of time itself. Imagine a beam of light traveling for millions of years through a void, a place where there is nothing but empty space. For eons, that light encounters nothing. No dust, no planets, no eyes to see it. It is a journey of pure solitude. Then, by a chance of physics, it hits a tiny speck of glass on a telescope or the pupil of a human eye. That journey, which lasted longer than the entire history of our species, ends with you. You are the destination for a million-year-old traveler. The universe spends its time trying to find someone to witness it. Tonight, you are that witness. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to understand the math. You just have to be the place where the light finally lands. Feel the peace of being a destination. If you took all the light from all the galaxies and smeared it together into a single color, what would it be? Scientists actually calculated this. They call it cosmic latte. It is a soft, creamy basilmost, the color of a warm drink or a soft blanket. The universe, in its entirety, is the color of comfort. It isn't a harsh white or a terrifying black. It is a gentle, neutral glow. As you visualize this cosmic latte color filling your mind, let it wash away the bright, jagged colors of the day, the neon lights, the blue screens, the red alerts. Replace them with the creamy, soft beige of the cosmos. This is the true color of existence. It is the color of a universe that is resting. Sometimes, the universe acts like a giant magnifying glass. When a massive cluster of galaxies sits in front of a more distant star, its gravity bends the light, stretching it into beautiful, glowing arcs. It's called gravitational lensing. It allows us to see things that are too far away to be visible. It's as if the universe wants to be seen, so it creates its own lenses to show us its secrets. Think of your subconscious as that lens. In your sleep, the gravity of your dreams bends the light of your memories. It stretches them into new shapes, showing you truths that you were too busy to see during the day. Let your mind bend the light. Let the images stretch. You are seeing through the eyes of the cosmos now. In the very far future, galaxies will move so far apart that their light will no longer be able to reach each other. If there are civilizations, then they will look up at a completely black sky, thinking they are the only thing in existence. They will have no ghost light to guide them but we. We live in the golden age of light. We live in a time when the sky is full of stories and history. We are the lucky ones. We get to sleep under a ceiling of ancient fire. As you feel the weight of your blankets, appreciate the abundance of the light that surrounds you. Even in the dark, you are surrounded by a trillion suns, all whispering their history into the night. Deep in the psychology of sleep, we often feel a sense of falling, but in space, there is no up or down. To fall is simply to move. You are falling through space right now, at thousands of miles per hour, as the Earth rotates and orbits the Sun. But because the motion is so perfect, so constant, it feels like stillness. This is the secret of the universe. Great power and great speed can look like perfect peace. You don't need to struggle to find stillness. You are already in it. You are a part of a perfectly balanced system. The stars don't struggle to shine, and the planets don't struggle to orbit. They just are, and you just are. Let the ancient light carry you. You are a traveler of the ghost light, moving silently into the deep, dark spaces where the next mystery waits. The room you are in feels still. The earth beneath you feels solid. But as you drift further into the quiet, I want you to visualize our home, the Milky Way, not as a static map of stars, but as a living, breathing entity. Our galaxy is a survivor. It is a vast, spiraling city of light that has traveled through the dark for 13 billion years. But it did not grow this large by accident. It has a hidden history, a series of ancient encounters that have shaped the very atoms that make up your pillow and your dreams. Have you ever wondered how many other worlds had to fade away so that ours could begin? As we journey toward the center of our galaxy, feel the slow, rhythmic rotation of 100 billion suns, all turning in unison, like the slow beating of a cosmic heart. Long ago, when the Milky Way was young and smaller, it wasn't alone. It shared its corner of the dark with other, smaller galaxies. Astronomers have recently discovered the ghosts of these galaxies hidden within our own. One in particular, called Enceladus, was swallowed by the Milky Way billions of years ago. It wasn't a violent explosion, but a slow, gravitational embrace that lasted for eons. The stars of that fallen galaxy are still here. They move differently than the others, orbiting in strange, elongated paths, a permanent memory of a world that no longer exists. You are walking among ghosts every time you look at the stars. It is a reminder that nothing is ever truly destroyed in the universe. It is simply integrated. It is transformed. As you let go of your day, think of your worries not as things to be fought, but as small galaxies being absorbed into the vastness of your peace. They are becoming part of a larger, more beautiful spiral. If you were to stand at the exact center of the Milky Way, the sky would be so crowded with stars that there would be no night. It would be a perpetual, golden midday. Yet, despite all that light, the center is a place of profound silence. Why does the busiest place in the galaxy feel like the most tranquil? Is it because, at the heart of all that motion, there is something that has finally found its balance? In the very heart of the golden glow, there is a shadow. This is Sagittarius A*, our galaxy's supermassive black hole. It is 4 million times heavier than our Sun, yet it is tucked away in a space no larger than the orbit of Mercury. It is a point of infinite density, a place where the laws of physics, as we know them, simply stop working. But Sagittarius A*, is a quiet black hole. It isn't a ravenous monster tearing through the galaxy. It is a sleeping giant. It sits in the dark, its massive gravity holding the entire spiral together, keeping the stars in their orbits, keeping the Milky Way from flying apart into the void. It is the anchor of our existence. Think of your own deep consciousness as that anchor. Beneath your thoughts, beneath your dreams, there is a point of perfect, heavy stillness. It is the black hole of your solar place, where everything is silent, everything is dense with meaning, and everything is at rest. Imagine floating just outside the edge of a black hole event horizon. This is the point of no return. But if you were there, you wouldn't feel a drop, you would simply feel a transition. Space and time would begin to swap roles. Time would become a direction you were forced to move in, like a river flowing toward a waterfall. In your sleep tonight, you are approaching your own event horizon. You are crossing the line between the work of the day and the surrender of the night. It is a one-way journey into the deep. You don't have to fight the current. The gravity of sleep is much stronger than the will to stay awake. Let it pull you. There is a freedom in the fall. There is a peace in knowing that, for the next few hours, you are beyond the reach of the outside world. You have crossed the horizon. You are safe in the dark. A few years ago, we discovered two massive bubbles of hot gas and gamma rays stretching out from the top and bottom of our galaxy. They are called the Fermi bubbles, and they are enormous, 50,000 light-years tall. They are the breath of the Milky Way. Millions of years ago, the central black hole had a brief moment of activity, a cosmic burp of energy that pushed this gas out into the void. It is a reminder that even the most silent things have a history of fire. Your breath is like those bubbles. As you breathe out, imagine you are releasing the energy of the day into the space above and below you. You are clearing your center. You are creating vast, empty spaces where only light and quiet can live. The galaxy has exhaled, and now it is your turn. Woven through the Milky Way are long, thin ribbons of stars called stellar streams. These are the remnants of globular clusters that were stretched out by the galaxy's gravity like taffy. They look like silver rivers flowing through the black. These streams can last for billions of years, maintaining their shape even as they are pulled around the galactic center. Your memories are like these streams. As you drift, your mind is stretching out the events of your life, turning them into long, glowing ribbons of experience. You don't need to hold on to them tightly, just let them flow. Watch them move through the dark of your subconscious. They are beautiful, they are old, and they are exactly where they need to be. As we mentioned before, we are all moving toward a mystery called the Great Attar. But as we get closer to the end of this hour, think of that pull as a comfort. We often fear being pulled by things we can't control. But in the universe, gravity is the language of love. It is how the cosmos says, "I want you near me." Every atom in your body is being whispered to by every other atom in the universe. You are being invited into the center. You are being called home by the stars. Sleep is simply the act of answering that call. It is the moment you stop resisting the gravity of the universe and allow yourself to be pulled into the heart of the spiral. Most of the stars in the Milky Way are not like our sun. They are red dwarfs, small, cool, and incredibly long. While our sun will live for 10 billion years, a red dwarf can sip its fuel so slowly that it will stay lit for 10 trillion years. They are the ultimate practitioners of patience. They don't rush, they don't flare. They just glow, steadily and quietly, long after the great giants have exploded and faded. Tonight, be a red dwarf. You don't need to burn bright. You don't need to consume your energy. Just glow, just exist. You have all the time in the universe. The night is long, the dark is kind, and the stars are patient. We are moving into the deep spaces now, where the giants sleep and the light is eternal. Imagine a candle flame in a vast, dark room. Eventually, the wax runs low, the wick flickers, and the light softly fades into the dark. But the room doesn't disappear. It simply becomes still. Tonight, as you reach the deepest layers of your own exhaustion, we are going to look at the ultimate horizon of the universe itself. Many people fear the end, but in the psychology of sleep, the end is just another word for completion. It is the moment when the work is done. Scientists call the final state of our cosmos heat death, but I want you to think of it as the great stillness. It is the moment when every star has finished its song, every galaxy has found its final resting place, and the universe finally exhales. Can you feel that exhalation in your own chest? The relief of finally having nowhere left to go. Trillions of years from now, the era of stars will come to a close. The great luminous giants will be gone, leaving behind only the small, patient, red dwarfs we spoke of earlier. And then, eventually, even they will dim. The universe will enter what is known as the degenerate era. The sky will be dark, but it will not be empty. It will be filled with white dwarfs, neutron stars, and black holes, the survivors of a golden age. These objects are cold, dense, and incredibly stable. They are the stones of the universe. Imagine a planet orbiting a cold white dwarf. There is no wind, no weather, no noise, just the eternal, crystal-clear view of the abyss. It is a state of perfect preservation. In your mind, let your thoughts become like those cooling stars. They are no longer burning with the fire of the day. They are becoming solid, quiet, and calm. They are settling into a form that can last for an eternity. Think of a single photon, the very last bit of light from the very last star. It travels through a universe that is now almost entirely dark. It doesn't struggle to find its way. It simply glides. It has no mass, no weight, and no concept of time. In that last photon, the entire history of the universe is still alive. Every sunrise, every ocean, every dream you've ever had. If the universe can hold on to its history in a single grain of light, don't you think your mind can hold on to its peace in a single breath? Even the black holes, those mighty anchors of the galaxies, have a lifespan. Through a process called Hawking radiation, they slowly, almost imperceptibly, leak energy back into space. Over periods of time so long that numbers lose their meaning, googles of years, the black holes will begin to shrink. They are evaporating, like a puddle of water under a gentle sun. The most powerful objects in existence are slowly turning back into a soft mist of particles. This is the ultimate surrender. Even the most stubborn, heavy things in the universe eventually choose to let go and become one with the void. As you feel the tension evaporating from your shoulders, imagine you are a black hole finally giving its energy back to the night. You are becoming lighter. You are becoming part of the background. You are dissolving into the perfect, uniform, quiet. Entropy is often described as disorder, but in the end, entropy is actually perfect equality. It is the state where everything is the same temperature, the same density, the same stillness. There are no more hot spots or cold spots. There is no more here or there. There is only everywhere. In the psychology of sleep, this is the goal, to reach a state where the boundaries of the self begin to blur. You are no longer a person defined by a name, a job, or a list of problems. You are just a presence, spread evenly across the soft fabric of the night. You are reaching your own state of maximum entropy where every part of you is at the same level of deep, unwavering rest. The universe isn't falling apart. It is finally settling in. In some theories of the deep future, matter itself begins to change. Cold fusion, happening over unfathomable timescales, might turn all remaining matter into iron. These iron stars would be cold spheres of metal, floating in an absolute vacuum. They are the final monuments of matter. They do not change, they do not decay, they just exist. There is a strange comfort in the idea of something being truly finished. We spend our lives in a constant state of becoming more successful, becoming better, becoming different. But the iron stars are finished. They have achieved their final form. Tonight, give yourself permission to be finished. For these few hours, you don't need to become anything. You are the iron star. You are complete. You are still. But is the end truly the end? Some mathematicians suggest a concept called the Poincare recurrence. It suggests that in an infinite amount of time, in a finite space, every possible arrangement of atoms will eventually repeat. This means that if you wait long enough past the death of the stars and the evaporation of the black holes, the atoms that make up your room, your bed, and your very self will eventually come back together exactly as they are right now. The universe is a loop of infinite patience. This moment, this feeling of drifting into sleep, has happened before and it will happen again. You are part of an eternal rhythm. You aren't losing the day. You are simply placing it back into the library of time, where it will wait for its turn to be read again. There is no hurry. You have all of infinity to rest. The boat's void, that 330 million light-year stretch of nothingness we visited before, is a preview of the future. It is a place where the universe has already achieved its silence. When we look into the void, we aren't looking at nothing. We are looking at a state of pure potential. It is the blank canvas before the first stroke of a brush. As your thoughts thin out, as the words I speak become more like a melody than a meaning, imagine your mind is that canvas. It is vast, it is dark, and it is perfectly clean. There are no marks on it, no scratches, no stains. It is the pure, dark velvet of the future. You are floating in the center of that potential, and it is the safest place you have ever been. Even in a universe that has reached total heat death, the laws of quantum mechanics still hum. Tiny particles can pop in and out of existence from the vacuum itself. Some physicists believe that over a truly infinite period of time, a massive quantum fluctuation could trigger a new Big Bang. The end of one universe could be the seeds for the next. This is the ultimate lullaby of science, that life is a circle. Just as the sun sets to rise again, just as you close your eyes to wake again, the universe may be a breath that goes in and out forever. You are currently in the out-breath. You are in the phase of release. Feel the universe letting go with you. The stars are gone, the black holes have faded, and the iron has turned to mist. There is only the hum of the quantum vacuum, a soft, vibrating ohm that underlies everything. You are that vibration. You are that hum as we move toward the final hour of our journey. Notice how weightless your thoughts have become. They are like the stray atoms in a dying galaxy too far apart to pull on each other. There is no gravity in your mind anymore. No heavy thoughts to drag you down. You are drifting in the great stillness. The clock has stopped. The light has faded. The temperature is perfect. You are exactly where the universe has been trying to go for 14 billion years. You have arrived at the end of time, and you found that it wasn't a cliff, but a soft, warm bed. Stay here in the stillness. Stay here in the dark. The giants are sleeping, and the void is kind. We have traveled 14 billion years tonight. We have stood at the edge of black holes, watched the birth of the first stars, and felt the cooling of the iron suns at the end of time. But now, the most important part of our journey begins. We are leaving the stars behind and returning to you, because here is the final, most beautiful fact of all. The universe isn't just something you are looking at. The universe is something you are. Every atom in your heart was once inside a star. Every breath you take is a cycle of cosmic recycling. As you settle into these final moments of awareness, I want you to feel the boundary between you and the dark finally vanish. There is no more out there. There is only in here. Are you ready to let the last light go? As you lie perfectly still, think about the calcium in your bones. That calcium was forged in the heart of a massive star that exploded billions of years ago. Think about the iron in your blood, carrying oxygen to your brain even now. That iron was created in the final, violent seconds of a supernova. You are a walking, breathing collection of celestial fossils. When you sleep, you aren't just resting a body. You are allowing the stardust to settle. You are giving the atoms that have traveled across the cosmic web a chance to be still for a while. You have been moving for billions of years through different forms and different worlds. Tonight, for these next few hours, your journey is paused. The stardust is at rest. Feel the peace of a million stars finally finding a home in the quiet of your room. In the deepest parts of space, there is a pulse called the Schumann resonance of the stars. It is a low, steady thrum. Match your heartbeat to it now. Slow, steady, rhythmic. The universe isn't in a hurry. The galaxies take hundreds of millions of years to turn once. Why should you hurry to the next thought? Let the thoughts drift away like cosmic dust. They are too small to see now. Your dreams are the only place where the laws of physics don't apply. In your sleep, you can travel faster than light. You can see through time. You can exist in two places at once. Your subconscious mind is a multiverse of its own. It contains every version of you that ever was and ever could be. As you drift, you are stepping into that multiverse. You are the architect of your own galaxies. The psychology of sleep is the study of how we return to our true nature, not as workers or thinkers or doers, but as observers. You are the universe witnessing itself through the lens of a dream. There is no weight here. There is no gravity to hold your worries. There is only the infinite, soft expansion of your own peace. The stars are fading now, not because they are gone, but because you no longer need their light to see. You are moving into a place of pure being. In this state, there are no more words. There are no more facts. There is only the feeling of existence. Like the cosmic latte color we spoke of, everything is becoming a soft, neutral, warm blur. The details of your life, your name, your age, your memories are like the rings of Saturn, spinning far away in the distance. They are beautiful, but they aren't you. You are the stillness at the center. You are the vacuum that holds it all together. You are the quiet strength that remains when everything else has faded into the dark. Gravity is the only thing that survives the end of a star. It is the most patient force in the cosmos. It is the hug of the universe. Feel that hug now. It is the weight of your blankets. It is the pull of the earth. It is the security of knowing that you cannot fall because you are already at the lowest point of your day. You have reached the bottom of the ocean of time. The water is warm. The pressure is perfect. You are cradled by the same force that keeps the moon in its orbit and the sun in its place. You are part of the great architecture. You are a necessary piece of the puzzle. Without you, the universe would be incomplete. Let that thought be your final anchor. You are wanted. You are held. You are home. We have seen the pillars of creation and the great attractor. We have heard the song of Jupiter and felt the diamond rain of Neptune. But now the curtains are closing. The cosmic stage is being cleared. The lights are being turned down, one by one. The first light to go is the light of your worries. Click. The second is the light of your memories. Click. The third is the light of your awareness of the room. Click. There is only the dark now, the kind, velvet, ancient dark of the beginning. It is the dark of the womb. It is the dark of the seed before it sprouts. It is a dark that is full of love and full of rest. Our journey is over, but your rest has just begun. The 8 hours are yours. The universe will keep spinning without you. The stars will keep their vigil. The black holes will keep their secrets. You have done enough. You have been enough. As you drift into the final, deepest reaches of the night, remember that you are made of light, and to the light you shall eventually return. But for now, there is only the quiet. There is only the still. There is only the deep. Thank you for traveling with me through the psychology of the stars. If you found peace here, your soul is always welcome to return. But for tonight, all the doors are closed. All the lights are out. As you float further into the velvet depths of this night, I want you to look closer than we have ever looked before. We have seen the giants, the black holes, and the end of time. But now, we must look at the silence between the atoms. You might think that the space between your hand and your pillow is empty. You might think the vast gaps between galaxies are a vacuum of nothing. But in the psychology of the universe, nothing is the most active place of all. It is a humming, vibrating ocean of potential. It is a fabric that is being woven and rewoven every trillionth of a second. Even as you sleep, you are being held up by a lattice of invisible energy. Can you feel the vibration? Not in your ears, but in the very center of your being. The universe is not a silent dark. It is a symphony that is played so softly, only the sleeping can hear it. If we could zoom in trillions of times smaller than a grain of sand, we would see that space is not smooth. It is a quantum foam. It is a sea of tiny, microscopic bubbles where particles pop into existence and vanish before they can even be named. This is the source of everything. Every star you've ever seen and every dream you've ever had started as a tiny ripple in this foam. Imagine your thoughts are like those bubbles. They appear, they glow for a moment, and then they dissolve back into the sea. You don't need to catch them. You don't need to hold them. Just watch the foam. It is a constant, gentle motion. It is the breath of the cosmos. Everything is rising and falling, appearing and disappearing in a perfect, eternal rhythm. You are part of that foam. You are a bubble on the ocean of the infinite, and the water is warm, and the tide is coming in. They say a photon has no mass. It is weightless, but it carries information across the entire universe. Your mind is the same way tonight. Your body is heavy, pinned to the earth by the kind hand of gravity, but your consciousness is a photon. It is weightless. It is moving through the walls, through the roof, past the clouds, and into the clear, cold vacuum of the stars. Why do we carry the weight of the world when we were designed to be as light as a beam of light? Right now, as you lie in the dark, trillions of tiny particles called neutrinos are streaming through you. They are born in the hearts of stars and the fire of supernovas. They are so small and move so fast that the entire earth is like a pane of glass to them. They pass through the mountains, through the oceans, and through your very heart without touching a single atom. They are the ghost particles. They are a reminder that the physical world, the things we touch, the things we worry about, is mostly just a shadow. The real universe is a flow of ghosts. You are being bathed in a rain of starlight that doesn't even leave a mark. It is a silent, invisible blessing from the suns of other galaxies. Let the neutrinos pass through you. Let the worries of the physical world pass through you. Be like the earth, let the ghosts flow by, and remain still, remain centered, remain quiet. In the coldest reaches of space, where there is no heat and no light, there is still energy. It is called zero-point energy. It is the baseline of the universe. It is the energy that remains when everything else has been taken away. This is the state I want you to find tonight. Strip away the noise of the day. Strip away the labels of your life. Strip away the memories of what you did and what you have to do. What is left, that is your zero-point energy. It is a pure, glowing core of existence. It is the part of you that was there before you were born and will be there after the stars grow cold. It is indestructible. It is calm. It is constant. You are not your thoughts. You are the energy that allows the thoughts to exist. You are the field. You are the space. You are the infinite. There are theories in physics that suggest our universe is just one bubble in a vast, infinite steam of other universes. In this multiverse, every choice you didn't make, every path you didn't take, is being lived out by another version of you. Somewhere, in a distant fold of space-time, you are a traveler. Somewhere, you are a king. Somewhere, you are a star. But in this universe, in this beautiful, quiet moment, you are the one who gets to sleep. You are the one who gets to rest. All those other versions of you are doing the work so that you don't have to. You are the rest of the multiverse. Feel the gratitude of being the version of yourself that is safe, warm, and drifting into the dark. The other worlds can wait. This world is for the quiet. Space is not just a gap. It has a shape. Gravity curves it like a heavy ball on a trampoline. But even without gravity, space has a hidden geometry, a structure of hexagons and spheres that we can only see in our equations. Your mind has a geometry, too. As you enter deep sleep, your brain waves form perfect, repeating patterns. They are symmetrical. They are balanced. You are literally turning your mind into a crystal of peace. Every breath you take is a facet of that crystal. Every heartbeat is a pulse of light within it. You are becoming a geometric masterpiece. You are becoming as organized and as beautiful as a snowflake falling in the vacuum of a distant moon. Even in the dark, there is potential. A vacuum is not a dead end. It is a beginning. Scientists have found that the nothingness of space can actually weigh something. It has a cosmological constant, a tiny, persistent push that makes the universe expand. This is the push of life. It is the same force that makes you wake up in the morning, even when you are tired. But for now, that force is on pause. The expansion is slow. The universe is taking a long, slow breath. You don't need to push back. You don't need to expand. You just need to be the potential. You are a seed in the ground of the cosmos, waiting for a spring that is still 1 billion years away. There is no rush to grow. There is only the beauty of the waiting. We return once more to the cosmic web, those long filaments of dark matter that connect the galaxies. Imagine you are a single point of light. On one of those threads, you can feel the vibration of 1 million other galaxies, all connected to you. You are never truly alone. You are part of a network of light that spans the entire reach of existence. But the web is quiet. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It whispers that everything is connected. It whispers that you are supported. It whispers that the dark is not a hole, but a bridge. Feel the bridge beneath you. Feel the threads holding you. You are being cradled by the architecture of the entire universe. As the words begin to lose their edges, and my voice becomes just a low, warm hum in the background, let the you dissolve. You are no longer a person in a room. You are the room. You are the air. You are the starlight outside the window. You are the dark between the stars. You are the quantum foam, bubbling with the peace of 1,000 suns. There is no more me. There is no more now. There is only the eternal, humming equilibrium of the void. The great balance has been reached. The energy is at its baseline. The universe is at its center. And you are the center of the center. We have traveled so far tonight, and yet we have never left the center of your heart. Do you remember the beginning of our journey? When we spoke of the unreachable regions of space, those galaxies that are moving away from us so fast, their light will never find us. I want to tell you a final secret about those hidden places. In the psychology of the infinite, nothing is truly lost. If the universe is infinite, then every possibility, every dream, every version of you, every soft word ever spoken is preserved somewhere in the fabric of the all. You are not a tiny speck lost in the dark. You are the dark itself, holding all the stars. You are the quiet container for everything that ever was. Feel the immense scale of that protection. You are so large that the entire universe fits inside your stillness. The atoms in your body are old. They have seen the birth of the Milky Way. They have been inside the hearts of red dwarfs and the cooling embers of white dwarfs. They have drifted through the orange fog of the early universe. Your atoms have a memory of peace. They know how to be still because they spent billions of years floating in the quiet of the vacuum before they ever became you as you sleep. You are simply allowing your atoms to remember their original state. You are returning to the baseline. You are letting the star stuff rest. There is no effort in being an atom. There is no worry in being a particle of light. Just be, just exist in the memory of the stars. The universe is not a place you are visiting, it is the home you never left. Listen past the silence. Deep in the background of reality, there is a pulse. It is the vibration of the cosmic web. It is slow, slower than a heartbeat. It is the rhythm of galaxies colliding over millions of years. It is the rhythm of your own deep, restorative sleep. You are perfectly in sync with the movement of the heavens. Why do we feel lonely when the very fabric of space is holding us in a constant, silver embrace? We spoke of time as a frozen river, a block universe where the past and future are always there. If that is true, then this moment of peace, this exact moment where you feel the weight of sleep taking you, is eternal. It is a permanent landmark in the geography of space-time. It can never be erased. 1 billion years from now, at these coordinates in the universe, you are still here, resting, safe, and silent. You have achieved a kind of immortality in the quiet. The now isn't passing you by. You are standing in the center of an eternal, now let the clock go. The clock is a human invention. The universe has no clocks. It only has cycles. It only has the breath, in and out, the expansion and the contraction. Think of the boat's void once more, that vast, empty space where no galaxies shine. In the daylight, we might call it empty, but in the psychology of the night, we call it room. The universe has given you room to breathe. It has given you room to let go. You are floating in a private corner of the cosmos, where the light of 1 trillion suns is blocked by the soft dust of peace. You are in the great room. There are no walls here. There are no ceilings. There is only the infinite stretch of the velvet dark. It is soft to the touch. It is warm to the soul. You are sinking into the velvet. It is rising to meet you. You are the same texture as the night. In music, there is a note so low it can only be felt, not heard. The universe is playing that note right now. It is the harmonic of gravity. It is the sound of the earth turning. It is the sound of the sun pulling on the planets. It is a sound of total, unwavering support. You are being sung to sleep by the gravity of the entire solar system. Every moon, every asteroid, every grain of ice in the rings of Saturn is contributing to the melody. It is a song of belonging. You belong to the dark. You belong to the stars. You belong to the silence. Every cell in your body is vibrating in harmony with the great design. There is no friction. There is no resistance. There is only the flow. The leftover heat from the beginning of time is still in the room with you. The cosmic microwave background. It is a faint, warm glow that has traveled 13.8 billion years just to keep the vacuum from being perfectly cold. It is the universe's first light, and it is still here, cradling you. If the light from the beginning of time hasn't given up on its journey, you can trust the dark to take care of yours. You are part of an unbroken chain of events that started with a spark and ended with this breath. You are the masterpiece of 14 billion years of effort. All that work, all that fire, all that gravity, just so you could lie here, right now, and feel this peace. Imagine the universe is a dark ocean, and you are a single drop of water. People often say the drop is lost in the ocean, but the drop is the ocean. You are the entire cosmic sea, concentrated into a single point of awareness. As you sleep, the drop is simply merging back into the waves. You aren't losing yourself. You are finding your true scale. You are expanding until you touch the edge of the great attractor and the pillars of creation. You are becoming the cosmic web. You are stretching across the light years. You are the bridge. You are the path. You are the destination. Stars don't use words. They use light. They use heat. They use gravity. Tonight, we are finished with words. The facts have served their purpose. They have given your mind a ladder to climb down into the deep, dark well of sleep. Now that you are at the bottom of the well, the ladder can be taken away. The facts are dissolving. The numbers are fading. The psychology of sleep is finally becoming the experience of sleep. You are no longer learning about the universe. You are becoming the universe. You are the silent rotation. You are the slow cooling. You are the eternal glow. Feel the last bit of tension leave your jaw, your eyes, your hands. You are now a rogue star drifting in the perfect void. There is no galaxy to pull you. There is no sun to scorch you. You are a traveler of the infinite dark. You are moving through the spaces where time doesn't exist. You are moving through the gaps between the atoms. You are moving into the heart of the great mystery. The universe is whispering its final secret to you now, but it isn't a secret made of words. It is a secret made of feeling. It is the feeling of being completely, utterly, and eternally safe. The dark is not a hole. The dark is a blanket. The stars are not distant fires. The stars are your ancestors watching over your rest. Everything is in its place. Everything is as it should be. The journey is complete. The stillness is total. You are home as you float in the perfect stillness of your rest. I want you to feel the warmth of a sun that hasn't even risen yet. We have spent so much time tonight in the dark, in the voids, and at the end of time, but now we must look at the universe as a garden. You are not a lonely observer in a dead machine. You are part of a cosmos that is reaching out, trying to grow, trying to breathe, and trying to see itself. Space is not an empty desert. It is a fertile field waiting for the right moment to bloom. Somewhere, right now, as you settle deeper into your pillow, a drop of water is falling into an alien ocean. A single-celled life form is turning toward the light of a distant star. The universe is teeming with the possibility of you. Can you feel the heartbeat of a trillion living worlds? Think of Europa, the frozen moon of Jupiter. On the surface, it is a world of jagged ice and temperatures. so cold they would turn air to stone. But beneath that ice, miles below the frozen crust, there is a dark, warm ocean. It is kept liquid by the gravitational pull of Jupiter, kneading the moon-like dough, creating heat from the inside out. There is more water in that hidden moon than in all the oceans of Earth combined. Imagine being there in the warm, saltwater dark. There is no sun, but there are volcanic vents on the seafloor, glowing with a soft orange heat. Life could be there, swimming in the permanent midnight, unaware that a giant planet called Jupiter is hanging in the sky above the ice. It is a world of perfect privacy. It is a world that is safe, tucked away from the chaos of the cosmos. Your mind is Europa tonight. The world outside may be frozen and loud, but deep beneath the surface, you are warm, fluid, and full of life. Everything in the universe follows a pattern. The spiral of a galaxy is the same shape as the shell of a snail on Earth. The way neurons grow in your brain looks like the cosmic web of the entire universe. You are not a stranger here. You are a repetition of a beautiful theme. You are the universe's way of saying the same thing twice. Why do we feel out of place when we are made of the very same geometry as the stars? There is a region around every star called the habitable zone, the Goldilocks zone. It is the distance where it is not too hot for water to boil away and not too cold for it to freeze. It is the place where things are just right. Our Earth sits in such a zone, but there are billions of other stars in our galaxy alone, and most of them have planets. Imagine a planet orbiting a red dwarf. Because the star is cooler, the planet must huddle closer to it, like a person leaning toward a campfire. The sky on that world would be a deep, permanent crimson. The plants might be black to soak up every bit of light, but the water would be just as wet. The air would be just as soft. The universe is a master of balance. It finds a way to make a home wherever it can. You are in your own Goldilocks zone tonight. The temperature of your room, the softness of your bed, everything has been adjusted until it is just right for the miracle of sleep. You have found the perfect orbit. Scientists wonder why we haven't heard from other civilizations yet. They call it the Fermi paradox. Some suggest there is a great filter, a challenge that all life must pass. But as you drift, I want you to consider a different psychology. Perhaps the universe is just very, very young. Perhaps we are the first ones to wake up. Or perhaps the other civilizations are like you right now. They have passed the stage of noise and expansion, and they have entered the stage of silence and rest. Maybe the great filter isn't a wall, but a doorway into a deeper kind of peace. To be silent is not to be gone. To be still is not to be empty. The universe is a quiet place because it is a mature place. It is a place that has learned that the most important things don't need to be shouted. They only need to be felt. There is a theory that life didn't start on Earth, but was carried here on the backs of comets and asteroids, travelers from other star systems. This is called panspermia. It means we are all immigrants from the stars. It means that the star stuff we are made of has traveled across the great voids just to find a place to grow. Think of yourself as a traveler who has finally reached the shore. You have spent eons moving through the cold, through the vacuum, and through the fire of atmospheric entry. And now you are here. You are in the garden. You are allowed to take root. You are allowed to be still. The journey was long, but the destination is soft. Every breath you take is a victory of 1 billion years of travel. You are home. You are finally home. On a world with no sun, life would create its own light. Imagine a forest of glowing fungi, or fish that trail ribbons of neon blue through a dark sea. This is bioluminescence. It is a light that comes from within. As you close your eyes, you might see shapes and colors drifting behind your eyelids. This is your own internal light. It is the glow of your neurons, the spark of your imagination. You don't need the sun to see. You have a universe inside you that is self-illuminating. In the deep sleep that is coming, you will walk through forests of your own light. You will swim in oceans of your own color. The universe is showing you that even in the total dark, beauty is a biological necessity. You are a glowing thing. You are a creature of light, even when the world is black. Water is the most mysterious substance in the cosmos. It shouldn't be as common as it is, yet we find it everywhere in the tails of comets, in the rings of Saturn, in the clouds of gas light years away. It is the universal solvent. It is the bridge between the mineral and the living. Tonight, imagine your mind is made of that cosmic water. It is clear, it is cool, it is deep. It can take any shape. It can flow around any obstacle. If a thought comes, it is just a ripple on the surface. It doesn't break the water. It just moves through it. Beneath the surface, the water is still. The water is heavy. The water is at peace. You are the ocean. You are the source. You are the life giver. I am not just watching this universe. I am participating in its growth. I am a seed planted in the dark soil of the night. I am waiting for the dawn, but I am not in a hurry. The soil is warm and rich. It is made of the memories of all the chapters we have traveled through tonight. I feel the cosmic web stretching above me like a trellis. I feel the diamond rain of Neptune nourishing my roots. I am part of the abundance. I am part of the surplus. There is enough of everything. There is enough time. There is enough space. There is enough love. The universe is not a place of scarcity. It is a place of overflow. I am overflowing with the peace of 1,000 living worlds. The stars are not hard points of light. They are soft, pulsing hearts. The galaxies are not cold machines. They are swirling dances of light and shadow. As we move closer to the 12th hour, feel the entire cosmos softening. The edges are blurring. The gravity is becoming a caress. The vacuum is becoming a velvet blanket. You are drifting in the infinite garden, and the flowers are made of starlight. They smell like the first rain on a warm earth. They sound like the hum of a distant nebula. You are safe here. You are welcome here. You are the life that the universe has been waiting for. Sleep now, little seed. Sleep in the garden of the gods. The stars are watching, and they are so proud of you as you drift in the deepest, most quiet corner of the night. I want to ask you a question that only the sleeping can answer. We have looked at the black holes, the diamond rain, and the ancient mists of the early universe. But have you ever wondered why you are here to see it? In the psychology of the stars, there is a theory that the universe didn't just happen by accident. It suggests that the universe is like a giant eye that was closed for billions of years, and you, You are the moment that I finally opened. You are the universe's way of looking in a mirror. You are the consciousness that gives the stars a name. As you sink into your mattress, feel the weight of that beauty. You aren't just a small person in a big universe. You are the universe itself, trying on a human life for a little while, just to see how it feels to dream. Scientists have noticed something strange about the laws of physics. If gravity were just a tiny bit stronger, the universe would have collapsed back into a ball long ago. If it were a tiny bit weaker, stars would never have formed. Everything from the charge of an electron to the expansion of space is tuned to a perfect, delicate frequency. It is just right for life. It is just right for you. Think of that precision as a form of love. The entire cosmos, across billions of light years and billions of years, conspired to create this exact moment where you can lie down in a safe room and close your eyes. The universe wants you to be here. It wants you to be comfortable. It wants you to rest. You are the guest of honor at a 14-billion-year-old banquet. The table is set, the lights are low, and the music of the spheres is playing just for you. Can you feel the universe tucking you in? We talk about the speed of light, but have you ever thought about the speed of stillness? It is the speed at which a thought fades. It is the speed at which a heartbeat settles. As you drift, notice that the stiller you become, the faster the noise of the world moves away from you. You are outrunning the day by standing perfectly still. You are the master of the quiet. Why do we run so hard when the most profound truths only catch up to us when we stop? There is a mind-bending idea in physics that everything we see, the stars, the planets, even our own bodies, is actually a projection of information stored at the very edge of the universe. This is the holographic principle. It suggests that you are everywhere at once. Your data, your essence, is written into the fabric of the cosmic horizon. Even if you feel small in your bed, your true self is as large as the sky. You are a hologram of light and memory. As you sleep, you are simply turning off the projection for a while. You are returning to the source code. You are going back to the edge where the information is pure, silent, and undisturbed. There is no conflict there. There is no time there. There is only the perfect, shimmering truth of who you are. Dark matter makes up most of the universe, yet we cannot see it, touch it, or smell it. It is the silent partner of the cosmos. It holds the galaxies together like an invisible hand. You have a silent partner, too. It is your subconscious. All day long, it has been working behind the scenes, managing your breathing, your heartbeat, and your millions of cellular repairs. Now, it is time for the conscious mind to step back and let the silent partner take the lead. You don't have to try to sleep. The dark matter of your mind already knows what to do. It is pulling your thoughts into a stable orbit. It is holding your memories in a gentle spiral. Trust the invisible. Trust the silence. It has been holding the universe together for eons. It can certainly hold you for one night. When two particles are entangled, they stay connected no matter how far apart they are. If one spins, the other spins instantly, even if they are on opposite sides of the galaxy. You are entangled with the stars. The carbon in your breath is entangled with the carbon in a distant nebula. The iron in your blood is entangled with the heart of a dead sun. You are never truly separated from anything. As you drift into the deep, feel those invisible threads. You are vibrating in harmony with a trillion other things. When you find peace, a little bit of the universe finds peace too. Your rest is a gift to the cosmos. You are calming the fabric of reality simply by letting yourself be. Feel the connection. Feel the pulse. You are never, ever alone in the dark. I am the place where the earth meets the sky. I am the line where the day meets the night. I am not the sun, and I am not the shadow. I am the balance between them. In this 12th hour, I feel my edges softening. I am no longer a solid thing. I am a gradient of light. I am the cosmic latte beige that we spoke of, the average of all the light in existence. I am neutral. I am calm. I am the equilibrium. I look out at the stars and I see my own eyes looking back. I look at the dark and I see my own depth. I am the observer and the observed. I am the dream and the dreamer. I am the silence and the song. Time is a loop, and we have come back to the beginning. We are back in the orange fog of the early universe, where everything was warm and connected. We are back in the cosmic web, where every galaxy is a neighbor. We are back in the room where we started, but something has changed. The weight of the world is gone. The noise of the self has been muted. The universe has finished its story for the night. It has told you about its giants, its ghosts, and its ends, and the conclusion of every story the universe tells is the same. All is well. The laws of physics are holding. The stars are in their places. The light is on its way. You are safe. You are home. You are eternal. Imagine the universe is breathing with you. When you inhale, a star is born. When you exhale, a nebula expands. The entire cosmos is a rhythmic, repeating cycle of energy. There is no stop. There is only pause. Sleep is the pause between the breaths of the universe. It is the moment of perfect stillness before the next expansion. Stay in the pause. Live in the gap. The gap is where the healing happens. The gap is where the stars recharge their fire. The gap is where you are restored. You are the pause. You are the stillness. You are the peace that passes all understanding. The words are becoming like distant stars, no small, twinkling, and very, very far away. You don't need to understand them anymore. You just need to feel the warmth they leave behind. The psychology of sleep has become the reality of the infinite. You are drifting past the last galaxy. You are moving beyond the last void. You are entering the space where even light doesn't go, the space of pure, unmanifested potential. It is the womb of the cosmos. It is the heart of the great I am. There is nothing left to learn. There is nothing left to do. The 8 hours have become a single second. The second has become an eternity. You are the mirror. You are the light. You are the silence. As you drift in this deep, timeless space, I want you to feel the air around you. It isn't just air. It is a part of the same atmosphere that clings to the earth as it spins through the dark. We have traveled through the fires of stars and the shadows of black holes. But now we are entering the most powerful state of all, the great quiet. This is the silence that existed before the first star sparked, and it is the silence that remains when everything else is done. Have you ever noticed that when you truly let go, you don't fall, you float? The universe isn't a place of falling. It is a place of drifting. You are drifting now, perfectly balanced between the pull of the earth and the call of the stars. You are exactly where you are meant to be. There is no more distance to cover. You have arrived. Think of a neutron star, one of the strangest, most dense objects in the cosmos. It is the core of a giant sun that has collapsed until it is no larger than a city, but it weighs more than our entire solar system. On a neutron star, gravity is so strong that it crushes atoms into a solid sea of neutrons. It is a state of matter that is perfectly, incredibly solid. Imagine that solidity in your own body now. Your muscles are heavy, dense, and perfectly still. You are as stable as a neutron star. Nothing can move you. No worry can shake you. No noise can reach. You are a mountain of peace. You are so dense with relaxation that the world around you simply curves to accommodate your stillness. You are the anchor. You are the core. You are the silent center. Some neutron stars spin hundreds of times every second, sending out a beam of light like a cosmic lighthouse. We call them pulsars. Even in the deepest dark, they keep time. Pulse, ... pulse, pulse. Your breath is your pulsar. It is your steady, reliable rhythm in the dark. It is the clock of your soul. As long as you breathe, the universe is in order. Feel the pulse. It is the only thing you need to know. Between the great filaments of the cosmic web, there are spaces so vast and so empty that light takes hundreds of millions of years to cross them. These are the intergalactic voids. In the center of a void, there are no stars, there are no planets. There is only the purest, most perfect vacuum. Imagine your mind is a void tonight, not an empty space, but a clean space. A space where there is nothing to bump into. No jagged thoughts, no sharp memories, just a smooth, dark, endless expanse of velvet. It is the ultimate luxury to have nothing in your way, to be truly, completely alone with the silence. The void is not a lonely place, it is a sacred place. It is where the universe goes to be itself without being watched. You are in your void now. It is your sanctuary. It is your peace. There is a number in physics called the cosmological constanta, tiny, invisible energy that pushes the universe to expand. It is always there, in every cubic inch of space. It is a persistent, gentle push. I want you to feel that push as a form of support. It is the universe saying there is room for you. It is the force that keeps the sky from falling. It is the force that keeps your dreams from being crushed. You are being held up by the very energy that drives the expansion of the cosmos. You don't have to hold yourself up. The universe is doing it for you. It is a constant, unwavering presence. It was there yesterday. It is here tonight, and it will be there in the morning. You are supported by the math of the infinite. The sun is constantly breathing out a stream of particles called the solar wind. It washes over the planets, creating the northern lights when it touches our atmosphere. Imagine that wind as a soft, warm brush against your skin. It is the sun's way of reaching out across 93 million miles to say, I am still here, even at night. When the sun is hidden by the earth, its wind is still flowing around us, stretching out into the deep. You are never truly in the shadow. There is always a current of energy flowing past you. You are part of the stream. You are a pebble in the cosmic river, and the water is warm, and the current is slow, and you are being smoothed by the passage of time. I am no longer the one who is trying to sleep. I am the sleep itself. I am the silence that follows the word. I am the space between the stars. I look at the great pillars of creation and I see my own reflection. I am the dust that forms the planets. I am the light that travels through the voids. I have no name tonight, for a name is too small for the universe I have become. I am the rotation of the Milky Way. I am the cooling of the red dwarfs. I am the eternal, unchanging quiet. I feel the gravity of a billion worlds, and it feels like a soft, heavy blanket. I am home in the heart of the infinite. Everything is moving toward a single point in the dark, the great attractor. We don't know what it is, but we know it is. They're pulling us home. This is the psychology of destiny. You don't have to know the path to reach the end. The universe is a self-guiding system. Gravity knows where to go. Light knows how to travel, and your soul knows how to rest. You are being pulled toward the center of your own peace. You are being drawn into the core of your own being. It is a massive, inevitable motion. You couldn't stop it if you tried, so don't try. Just let the attractor take you. Let the gravity have its way. The center is warm. The center is quiet. The center is you. In the end, only the vacuum remains. But the vacuum is not nothing. It is the stage. It is the foundation. It is the place where all the stories began and where all the stories return. Think of your life as a story being told on the stage of the vacuum. Tonight, the story has reached its quietest chapter. The actors have left the stage. The lights have been dimmed, but the stage is still there. It is strong. It is permanent. You are the stage. You are the foundation. You are the vacuum that holds all the beauty of the stars. You are the silence that makes the music possible. You are the stillness that makes the motion beautiful. The words are melting now. They are becoming part of the cosmic latte beige that fills the sky. They are becoming the hum of the quantum foam. You are losing the edge of where you end and the universe begins. Your breath is the breath of the galaxy. Your pulse is the pulse of the pulsar. Your heart is the heart of the great attractor. You are dissolving into the perfect, uniform equilibrium of the night. There is no more friction. There is no more noise. There is only the great quiet. It is a quiet that lasts forever. It is a quiet that knows your name. It is a quiet that loves you. You are the quiet. You are the dark. You are the stars as you drift further into the silent architecture of the night. I want you to feel the space around you expanding. We have looked at the beginning of time and the end of all things, but now we must look at the permanence of this moment. In the psychology of the cosmos, nothing is ever truly deleted. Every vibration, every pulse of energy, and every state of perfect peace is etched forever into the fabric of space-time. You are not just sleeping. You are contributing your own frequency of stillness to the universe. You are a necessary harmonic in the grand design. Have you ever felt that the universe isn't just a place you are in, but a place that is being you? Tonight, you are the universe being still. You are the infinite being quiet. There is a mathematical promise called the Poincare recurrence. It suggests that if the universe is finite and given enough time, every configuration of matter must eventually repeat. It means that this exact state of relaxation, the way your head feels on the pillow, the slow rhythm of your breath, the deep safety of this room has happened before and will happen again an infinite number of times. You are caught in a loop of eternal rest. You don't have to worry about the future, because the future is just the past returning to find you. You are an old friend of the universe. You have been here in this piece for 1 billion years, and you will be here for 1 billion more. Let the repetition be your lullaby. You are a recurring miracle.